We're back again. It's been a couple weeks. What's up, Paul?
I'm good, man. Yourself? How are you?
It's another beautiful day. Probably going to be like 105 here in Austin or something, but
I
that's all
think
right.
it's like 33 in Spain right now, which I'm not sure. Like, forgive me, anyone who
I
tries
think
to
that's like
judge me
90
on
degrees. Yeah, that's
high
crazy.
90s or something. Yeah, yeah, it's hot. It's hot here, but yeah, it's not as hot as you say. You got the humidity though, right? As well.
Oh man, it's brutal, man. But I'm getting used to it. And tonight I'm going to a mastermind event with a bunch of high-level entrepreneurs in Austin. So there's a good community of entrepreneurs in this city, which is cool. And like I think it's so important to have a network, man. And like especially in the CBD world, there's so many fucking con artists out there trying to take your money. If you don't have a network that you can trust, it's really tough out there. Like pretty much every brand I've talked to has been burned by one agency or another, or somebody that's offering a service in the industry. So building a network is so important, people. And if you don't have that skill, then you should connect with people like me and Paul that have already built a network, and then we've done the hard work for you. I've been building my network in the CBD industry since 2013. So I've already done the work. And if you plug in and work with me and Paul, you get access to that. So if you're not good at building your own network, that's, you find people like us that already have one and plug in with them. And then that cuts your learning curve in half.
Yeah, networks everything in any business. This is what I do every couple of months. I will have a binge on business motivation and learning. I binge, learn, then go and take action on it. But recently, last night, I was listening to one, and the guy was saying that there's a reason why the richest people in the world are always moving, because they're moving to where the people are. So they're changing their network. So, okay, I need to get into real estate investment in this area. Okay, I'm moving to that area and I'm going to create a network in that area. So network's essential. Whether you're we used to call it brown nose in the Navy, like where we you brown nose and someone purposely to get into their network, or you're actually just really going out there and connecting with people. I will say this: there is this like perception in the world where, or not perception, it's what people go to like these seminars and things like that in Vegas and stuff and go networking. They're not really networking. You sit there, getting a load of people talk to you on stage, and then you sit and have beers in the evening and don't really do anything. So networking has to be in the right direction and with focus, because ultimately you're trying to look after yourself, right? And that's the goal. But you don't get anywhere in life unless you're a good person and you're good at networking. Even the
Yeah.
people that seem bad are still shit at networking and are perceived to be a good person, in front of people. So
And you got to follow up, when
yeah,
you get out there to these events and you meet all these people, like you're just talking about those type of events, and you'll get all these cards and numbers, but then you don't follow up because maybe you were getting hammered and you're drunk and you don't even remember meeting half the people or whatever it might be. But like one of the favorite phrases I like is, it's not who you know, it's who knows you.
yeah.
And like you got to make an impact on people and really do things to stand out in their lives, especially if they're really successful people. Everybody's trying to get a piece of them and asking them for shit. So what can you do to add to value to their lives and not take and ask from them? And that's the way you build a network, just by providing value to people and helping them make business or find a deal or whatever it might be.
Yeah, I think the biggest mistake pretty much all businesses make, apart from the ones that are successful, is that they sit behind the computer and try and build a brand online and just literally just sat there hoping that everyone's going to come to them. And you got to get out there. It's like, why should the audience care about you? I always say, and you guys probably hear me say it all the time, why should they give a fuck about you? And that's no different to retailers, investors. Why should they care about you? What is it about you they like? Is it your character? Is it your brand? What is it? If you just sit behind a computer and say, I've got the best idea in the world, no one's going to give a fuck.
Yeah.
And that's the reality of life. And everyone, you've got to take action on everything you do. It's like, how do you? So, look, one of the big things that I always tell people to do is I used to spend my first brand I did, supplement brand. I spent 8 hours a day on Twitter. What was I doing? Networking for 8 hours a day. Even though it was a digital space and I couldn't physically go and touch people in the real world, I would spend literally on there, effectively just like chatting to people in the DMs and chat on their posts and getting to know them. I was networking. That's how I built a brand, from networking. Me personally, and I still tell people to do it today. But the reality is, everyone's fucking lazy, doesn't want to do it. I mean, I don't know if you've seen it, Matt, or most brands that, you know, when we consult, I'm not saying the brands we consult come in are lazy, they just are not aware of the actions you've got to take to grow a business. You cannot build it and everybody comes. That happens to the 0.1% of people. Everyone else
I was guilty of
has to
that.
work.
I was guilty of it when I first launched my CBD brand. I thought I'm just going to, there wasn't a lot of brands back then. So I was like, I'm just going to put this site up and I'm going to start getting sales. And I had inherited a Facebook page, Facebook/CBD that had 100,000 people on it. So I was like, oh man, I'm going to just make a fortune right out of the gate. But nope, you got to do the hard work, people. You got to roll your sleeves up and figure it out. And I remember the first 6 months, because I had always done retail. So it was a lot of internet marketing that I had to learn. It took me 6 months of complete confusion to figure it out. And then finally I met the right people, and like Marty Marion and Wes Jones and people like that, and was able to figure it all out. But like, yeah, you got to do the hard work. I was working 13 hours a day. I would go to 20 stores a day when I was going out to stores. I would roll my sleeves up, and the main thing that works for me is I'm likable. Like, I know that, like, people like me. So if I go out there and I meet you in person, chances are you're going to like me, like most of the time. Like sometimes people don't, but most of the time. And so one of the best phrases I ever heard in sales is all things being equal, people will buy from the person they like. Yep. Or all things being unequal, they'll still buy from the person they like. Like there could be some big fancy CBD brand, but if you come to them like a real person and treat them with respect, they'll buy your brand over the big fancy corporate brand every time.
And sometimes people will buy off you even if they fucking dislike you, if your product is screened by loads of people and solves your problem. So then too. It's like, because people go, oh, I hate that person, but you're still buying their shit.
Yeah, their shit is too good.
And it's going back to that, Matt. It's like so yesterday I put a video out in all the groups, and it's like how you need to launch a non-CBD product to start driving traffic. Now, that for any business right now is listening to this, that's in these groups, my group, Matt's group, it will change your business, change your philosophy. 98% of you, if you did this, it would literally change your sales. Yeah. The reality is, over 90%, probably one of you out of 100 is going to actually take action on it, because you continually try and do the same shit over again. Run Facebook ads, run Google ads, You're a fucking CBD business. You can't do it. It's a restricted market. You can do Facebook, but you got to be on like the 100 grand a month plus revenue to start working. So. Yeah. I'm giving you the tools to do it, but most people won't do it, because the reality is you're in business for a bit of fun.
And it's funny, like, one of our clients, I don't want to mention their name, but they actually did create a line of non-CBD products, and they're doing millions of dollars a month in sales, and with their CBD and their non-CBD products. And they're able to do TV commercials with the non-CBD products and get leads and emails and phone numbers, and they're selling the CBD products that way. And so all you got to do, people, if you have an audience dialed in and you know what your audience wants, create one product that doesn't have CBD with one landing page. And then you can go on TikTok ads. You could do YouTube. You could do Facebook, Google, all the places. Then you don't have the restrictions as much. Of course, you have to comply with their rules and things like that. But it's going to be way easier getting ads live like that versus trying to get CBD ads live, because the only way you can get CBD ads live and keep them live is working with my agency Lucid. And right now we only work with brands that are doing at least 150 grand a month in online sales. So it's just not worth it. We tried working with small brands. It just doesn't work. There's not enough traffic to retarget.
Yeah, guys, my big thing is problem solving. So what's hot right now? TikTok, irrelevant what you think about it, is fucking hot for traffic, right? YouTube is the most powerful thing out there, right? YouTube, TikTok, right? Okay, as a business right now, you need to be using these two things. How do you use them right now? If you're called xxxcbd.com and all your products are CBD, you can't. Pretty much you can't. You literally, what you try and do is
shadow ban. Yeah,
exactly.
You won't get any views.
So, but your brand should be solving people's problems and targeting a specific audience, right? So therefore, Okay, that's what I'm trying to do. Let me create a non-CBD product, right? That has no restrictive ingredients, not going to limit me, and still serve the same audience, but it's just my keyway into them. And once I've got their attention, I can drive ads. I've got to build a huge brand of, like, let's say my brand is Paul Booth, CBD.com. I could call it now Get Paul Booth as an example, right? So Get Paul Booth sounds a bit weird. It sounds like I'm selling myself like a prostitute, but they get that product, and then you can resell them via email your CBD products. Stop trying to fight a fucking battle or rollerblade uphill. That's not working. You manipulate the situation to benefit you, and then you can do all the shit you want to do and not sulk about the CBD space. Oh, it's saturated. It's not saturated. The problem with the CBD space is that everyone's trying to market the wrong way, and then their excuse for not thinking out of the box is, oh, it's saturated. It's not. Stop trying to sell CBD. Right? Sell solutions, and then, okay, how do I and benefit an audience, and then take a non-CBD product and market that to allow you to sell the products you really want to sell that you can make profit from. And then
and I feel like there's a big shift happening with all these other cannabinoids coming out, like HHC and THCP, THCO, and on, all these cannabinoids. So, like, unfortunately, those cannabinoids and the brands that are launching in that space are looking very cartoony and almost like vape brands, like how they're, how the vape brands are really cartoony. I personally don't love that angle. It seems to be going down that path. But with CBD specifically, I think there's a huge opportunity to just focus on the medical aspects without making medical claims. There are ways of doing that creatively, because now in retail storefronts, CBD sales are plummeting, because everybody wants the Delta 8, Delta 9, THCP and HHC and all that. And so I'm noticing when I talk to store owners, they're not really selling CBD as much. But if you went the medical route and you went through pharmacies and things like that, that's where the industry is shifting, in my opinion, as far as CBD goes. And then with the Delta 9 and Delta 8 and all that, nobody knows, what's going to happen with all these other cannabinoids. And even with CBD, we don't know. So every day you just got to do what you love, and it could all go away the next day. That's the scary part of this industry.
Yeah, and guys, going back to what I said about creating a non-CBD, it's not a fake brand. It's just like a sit alongside brand, right? It allows you to market. If the CBD market suddenly gets a massive red flag and you can't do anything, and the Delta 8 and the Delta 9 market gets that, yeah, Paul, it's not going to happen, but it fucking might do. It always can do, right? If it does, you've got a brand that's still targeting a specific audience, right? And you're still generating traffic from that site and probably sales, and you've covered your ass off. Rather than focusing, this is a restricted market. CBD is effectively illegal right now. Yeah. It's kind of just being put to the side, ignored. So to cover your ass off and protect your business and do what real businesses do is target a specific audience with a specific need with solutions, right? And all these brands that are making claims, and even the pet brands that are making claims, getting warnings from the FDA, you should be policing yourself. Yeah, if you're trying to sell it all the time on the health claims, it's going to bite you in the ass in the long term. It always is. You're not a pharmaceutical brand. It's the way the world works. You can't make claims on shit that's a supplement.
The FDA just sent out 3 letters to pet brands the other day for making health claims, and it wasn't like major claims of it wasn't like cures cancer. So they any health claims at all, people, they are watching for that. So you got to be careful. But I know, if somebody asked me right now if I was going to launch a brand in the cannabis space, that our space that we're talking about, I would launch a pet brand right now, or I would launch a Delta 9 from hemp brand at the moment. That's where I would be going. And then I would find an audience too, a specific audience. Even if I was doing a pet brand, and I know I've seen this with 1 or 2 brands, I would be doing breed specific products.
It's all about the audience, dude. We discuss it all the time. And guys, I am quite harsh on these calls and quite direct because I give a fuck about you guys actually winning. You got into business for a reason, right? You're passionate about. Let's say you're passionate about the cannabis plant and the CBD is your thing. Just remember that you're limited. So how would you still provide people with a thing you want to provide them, but in a different vehicle to allow you to market them to make sure it gets to them. The key is always this: you need a lot of traffic and data and emails to be able to market to. You buying email list is not going to work. So you could build that up by solving a problem, the non-CBD product, and then you can then in the emails you can sell to them all day long your CBD products, upsell that all day long. I actually got a message in the group asking about that video I made, and they're asking but how do I just put a link from the non-CBD site or the fake site they called it to the CBD site? No, the point is you're creating a brand away from fucking CBD, so therefore people then buy that product to get involved with the brand that way. Then you sell them CBD later on. So again, that was just I did a post yesterday to help you guys start learning how you can grow in this space, because you've joined the market for a reason. You're passionate about the cannabis plant, or you're just passionate about making money. Either way, you've got to find the solution to provide you with the revenue you need.
So it's crazy though.
It's
crazy though, Paul. Like off the top of my head, I can only think of that one brand I referenced earlier that actually created a completely separate non-CBD brand to drive traffic to their CBD, and they're crushing it. Like, and so I don't know why more brands haven't done that strategy.
Yeah, because the reason being is, again, I'm not being disrespectful to anyone. Most people come to this space and think they can market the way you've always marketed products, but it's a restricted market. It's like if you go and try and sell sex toys and stuff, it's a restricted market, or anything that's pornographic. It's restricted. So you have to be very, you have to try different ways to market. And ultimately, most people want to market on Facebook and Instagram because that's all they know. So you have to do that. You can't do the way you're doing right now. Everyone's getting shadow banned. How to run Facebook ads? I can tell you, I don't know how to run a Facebook ad. You probably get one live and get shut back down again. Do you know what I mean? Because you haven't got a rep in Facebook making sure you stay live. So what's the solution? Easy. Again, this comes down to the basics of foundations of building a business. If you've built your business completely around the fact you sell 1,000 milligrams CBD oil and it's soil to seed, or what the seed to soil, or fucking seed to plate, or whatever it is, and it's premium CBD, you're going to be stuck. You're going to be stuck because you are the same as everybody else trying to do the same shit. You're not targeting a specific audience. Therefore, your opportunity to market in a different direction has just been cut off. Therefore, CBD is an ingredient. And I say it all the time, and it's boring for you lot to hear me say it all the time, but CBD is just an ingredient that benefits humans. So how do you get that into people? Because that's why you're in business, without being restricted. And the way you do that is you build, well, we said to you guys before, you could build a blog page up, basically, of like how to sleep better, right? A whole blog, content page that's nothing to do with your website. It's like sleepbetter.com, and you literally just drive traffic there and you send to your website. But really, what comes with that is there is a dissonance between sleep then buying product. But if they go into a sleep page that's a single product, the best product in the world right now for sleep, etc., and they buy that product, they're more open then to buy other products and be softly educated about CBD. The key is this: you've got to find ways to grow your business. And right now, everyone's a CBD expert and trying to tell you how you sell your CBD. And I'm meant to be a CBD expert. I'm telling you, create a non-CBD product.
Yeah, exactly. And right. Or like you said, like projectcbd.org, brilliantly started an educational site. They built up a huge list and traffic, and now they sell products. And so that's another angle you could take. Like Paul was just saying, you could create a blog site, educational site with information that targets your specific audience and capture their emails, and then sell them the products on the back end. So that's another angle if you'd rather go that route, but or starting the one product, one SKU brand that will coincide with your target audience.
Guys, it's less complex than it sounds. You take your probably your best product you've created, right? And you basically remove the CBD element.
Remove the CBD.
Yeah, right. Change the label so remove CBD. Don't call it CBD. If it's Paul Booth CBD, call it Get Paul Booth. Right? Build a single page website. Don't really matter what the platform is, right? You build it basically on ClickFunnels, Wix, fucking Shopify. Doesn't matter. A simple, sexy as fuck website that literally just drills down sleep all the way through it, upsells it, talks about it, the single product. You just market everything to that one thing. So like say it's 35-year-old women that are struggling with sleep. You just focus all on that. One site looks cool as shit, and you will generate sales, emails, and traffic for that one site. Then once you've got them in there, So Paul, get Paul Booth. They're going to go, oh, Paul Booth CBD. So Paul Booth's also got a CBD brand. Cool. Oh, it looks the same, so it's familiar. Oh, there's other products that help me with like anti-anxiety and pain, blah blah blah. So that's the reason you do it, because you just how you stay in business is selling your products. So if you're just focused online, you need to find a way to market online. If you're doing stuff offline, like doing expos and farmers markets and doing outreach sales, etc., then you probably don't want to focus on that. But if you want to sell online, you need to have somewhere where you can do all your marketing, your paid advertising, because this is a restricted market. And it's ultimately just solving the problem. What is your big problem? I can't do paid ads. Why? Because I sell CBD. Okay, what's my option? A non-fucking CBD product on a single website next to it that sits parallel, that basically gets the leads, and you feed them over to the other one once you got the emails.
And it doesn't necessarily even have to be a supplement.
No.
If you know your audience, maybe it's a clothing item of clothing. Maybe it's a purse. Who knows? Like, you got to know your audience and know how that would fit together and how you can upsell them into your CBD products. But, generally speaking, a supplement or whatever would be probably the best bet. But
whatever your audience buys, your audience buys in the fucking trillions every day and billions every day, right? Just find that and recreate it. Yeah, no market's saturated. It's just loads of brands in there that are terrible and shit. That's what you got to think about, right? If you look $1 million and you really focus on a specific target market, and you can drill down and really focus on them and know where you get your traffic from, know exactly where to hang out, you're going to create sales. It's just the way you got to do it. There is no other option right now. And if you especially got a low budget, you can do this option. You can take one of your products, put a new label around it, take a picture of it, put on a cheap, simple website that looks quality, do it in ClickFunnels, Wix, wherever you want to do it. Don't overcomplicate it. You get a different merchant account. You have no connection to this CBD brand. Thing is, if it's a basic, simple supplement, you could do Shopify's payment platform.
Yeah.
You don't need to overthink it. It's simple. Focus all traffic in this one direction, and when someone buys or someone gives you the email, set up email flows to upsell them to your CBD products. Bingo, making fucking money.
Especially do this, people. If you're watching right now and you're not doing, if you're doing like 2,000-3,000 a month and you've been stuck forever and you just can't figure it out, why not do this? Like, why not try this out? Like, you got to pivot and try different things. And
if it's not making sales, it's not about try it out. Do it. You're not making fucking sales now. You're not running paid advertising. You want to run paid advertising. You're wasting thousands a month on shit that's not working. Do this. Yeah. It's going to cost you pennies. What's a Shopify? What's a Shopify account? $20 a month. You get one of the basic themes. You create it. If you can't design stuff yourself, get a young student to do it. It's a piece of piss to do, and you can set it up. And then your challenge is going to be learning how to run paid advertising. Because to run Google ads, to run TikTok ads, to run YouTube stuff, to run anything, you need a certain skill set, and that and a lot of time you're getting shadow banned when you're trying to run the CBD brands, but when it comes to real supplement brands, you still got to be good and understand how marketing works, how PPC works, how I'm not skilled in that. I understand it, I can make things run, but at the level you want to start generating money and getting a return, right? You've got to be smart. But ultimately, get it set up is a piece of piss. It's not even technical. If you've got zero technical skill, you must be able to use Shopify or Wix. They're simple. I can't stand Wix or Shopify. But for this, perfect. Do it.
Yeah. And
guys, honestly, and a second thing to that, if you want to really understand how to try stuff like this and do stuff in the CBD market that generates sales outside of paid advertising and stuff like that, we've literally just made the accelerator $7 for 7 days. There's hundreds of videos in there. There's course in there how to start a CBD brand. Go in there, pay $7, learn for 7 days, and then fucking leave it. You just paid $7 and got all the information you need to grow your business. Where right now you're probably stuck and haven't spent any money on like a marketing or consulting or masterminds. It's fine. You don't need to.
Try it out. $7. There's hundreds of hours of content. We got a whole vault in there of content, people, and like even Big Dan. What's up, Dan? He's in the house, and he went in the accelerator last year or maybe a year and a half ago. And he did 7 figures last year because he actually executed. He works his ass off and he gets out there and he executes. And so I saw Dan came to my house recently because I'm in Austin now. He's got a brand new truck, real nice truck, rolled up in and nice clothes, looking happy. And so, as long as if you get in that accelerator and you're willing to execute on what we teach, you're gonna succeed eventually. You're gonna figure it out.
It's $7 fucking bucks. It's like
Yeah.
you're not paying $1,000 for the year. Do you know what I mean? You're not paying $1,000. It's like, and if you go in there and you learn one little thing that changed your business, it's cost you $7.
Yeah.
What's that? Starbucks coffee nowadays? Fuck no,
I'll pay $1,000 to learn one little thing.
Yeah, and it's like, yeah, I gain fuck all from you going in there, but it's all about knowledge, right? And the point is, I was trying to say about the non-CBD thing is that we're giving you the knowledge to go and execute. Why do we do that? Because at some point, your brand's going to be doing 20, 30, 40, 50 grand a month, and you come to us to consult with us to go to 100, 200, 300, wherever it may be, $1 million. So I'm incentivized for you to learn at this level to make revenue. So therefore, you can come back to me and Matt and come to a consulting program or join our mastermind. But right now, you need to get you off the floor and get started. So that's why we're like, go in the groups, get all the information. Here's how you do a non-CBD product to start generating sales and traffic. Here's an accelerator. You can try it for 7 days for $7. If you like it, you stay in there. If you don't like it, go. It's fine.
Yeah, we're always adding new content, people, constantly. So I'm going to be breaking out a lot of new interviews coming up as well. So there's constantly new interviews and content added to it. So yeah, just check it out, people. And oh, you going to say something, Paul?
Yeah, Big Dan is commenting in the CBD Business Success group. Big Dan's just learned all our free stuff. And he's crushing it. To me, he just took all that information at the start and just crushed it. It's like, the problem is most people think free stuff is not going to work. It does. I consume, most of the content I consume is free. Yeah. Pretty much all of it. And because, look, it's the best way I describe it. If an email marketer is trying to sell you on the fact that they're the greatest email marketer in the world, guess what they're going to do? They're going to email market to you. So what do? You subscribe to the email list and then save every single one of their emails. They are literally showing you what they do as a profession. They are sorted. Just learn email marketing. So we want you to learn. We're telling you how to do it for free. Go and do it, and stop making fucking claims on your website. And if you're not sure if you're making claims or not making claims, go inside Accelerator for $7. Marty's got a talk in there about compliance. If you don't want to do that and that's too cheap for you, go and hire Marty for an hour and then take him, go through your website, go through your labels and make sure you're compliant. Marty is the god. Marty Marion, that is the god of compliance when it comes to this space. He knows freaking everything. He launched Viagra. So what he doesn't know about compliance is not worth knowing.
Exactly. He knows more than any compliance lawyer I've ever met. And Dan commented here, I just applied action to your recommendations and it worked. Yeah, so yeah, people get out there, do it. Like, we want to see more people crushing it like Dan. And like, even one of our clients recently, they doubled their sales in like a matter of a month or two just by tweaking their email marketing and listening to me and Paul's suggestions on their email. And so it's just all about surrounding yourself with the right information and the right network of people. And you can't do it all by yourself. It's lonely out there as an entrepreneur. You got to surround yourself with the right people. And that's why I created this group and the accelerator to bring us all together. There's enough to go around for everybody if we could all just help each other and execute. And we got to police ourselves better as an industry. Leaf Report did a study recently, a few weeks ago. They said only 7% of brands test for pesticides, heavy metals, and microbes. And so, that's a great way you can deposition other brands if you're one of those brands that's testing for all those things, because there's a lot of consumers out there that want clean product. And so, we got to do better as an industry and really make sure we're providing clean quality products. And it's rough out there. I mean, you see a lot of bootleg brands and just cartoon brands and shit like that popping up. But you don't have to be that. And even if you do have one of those brands, I'm not hating. It's just not my thing. But yeah, people, you just got to know your audience. We're always going to say that probably every episode that we do. And the more you know your audience, all your marketing is going to work. But if you're just selling to everybody, then it's going to be a lot harder to make an impact. It's not impossible, but it's a lot harder.
Yeah, I'm going to sort of close off with this sort of statement. Most people overemphasize the need to learn rather than focus on the need to take action.
Yeah.
So action is where you learn. Yes, learns. Like I said, I go through binge every couple of months. I'll binge on like business stuff, and then I'll just go and put it into action. I binge on it, absorb it all, go on action, go and fail, go and win, go and fail, go and learn, go and win. go and fail, go and learn. And then what happens over time, you start your knowledge base and your skill set increases. You have to take action, and when you fail, learn from it. If you sulk when you fail, when you fail, you shouldn't be in business.
Yeah,
it's simple. You have to
gotta
fail.
be consistent.
Failure is part of it. Failure might be losing 50 grand in crypto, right? Or it might be you a client left your brand because you showed them no attention after they bought the product, whatever it may be, right? That's failure. So okay, how do we learn? How do we then make sure we keep circling back to our clients to make sure they feel like they're number one? Because ultimately they are number one, because they're the one that pay you money to make your business stay alive and grow. So yeah, stop overemphasizing the need to learn and emphasize the need to action shit, because that's going to move you forward.
Yeah. So we'll end it on that, people, and we'll see you in a couple weeks. And have a great day, everybody. Peace.